Hi everyone, good morning. This is Miss Miller and I'm going to be reading to you all. Today we're going to be talking about nonfiction features. So we've talked about and learned about a lot of these features already. We're going to be doing some review. I'm going to read to you about animals and it'll be great. So I hope that you all have had a great breakfast or snack. If this is lunchtime for you, make sure you incorporate your veggies and your fruits. I have some fruits here. Bananas are a great snack always, as well as oranges. These are clementines. I'm having my snack right now and it is blueberries and blackberries. I also need everyone to have a piece of paper. Have a piece of paper and a pencil or a marker. So I'll wait for you to get your pencil or marker and your piece of paper. All right, now that you have your materials, put them down, put your hands together, cross your legs, sit up straight, and let's begin. This page is called the cover page. Right, and this is the title of the book. The title of the book is First Encyclopedia of Animals. What do you notice on the cover? Think in your head, what do you notice on the cover of this book? What do you think this book is going to be about? Well, we do see zebras, and we see birds. So I think what this book is going to be about is animals. Do you agree? If you agree, give me a thumbs up and say Yahoo! Awesome. This is the title page. So there's always a cover of a book, and a nonfiction book usually has a photograph and what the book is going to be about. And this is the title page. The title page has the title written again, the Usborne First Encyclopedia of Animals. And here is a turtle. It actually looks like a tortoise. It's very old, very large. Tortoises live sometimes over 100 years. Let's learn about one of the features of nonfiction books. What am I showing you here? What is this? These words and numbers. This is the table of contents. Excellent. So this is the table of contents, and it actually does say contents. This tells you what the book is going to be about and what it talks about at every page. So in the section called mammals, it will talk about mammals. Those are a specific type of animal. They have babies and they're warm-blooded. A lot of the times they have fur. So an example of a mammal would be like this giraffe. Giraffe has warm blood. It has fur or hair, and it has calves. It does not lay eggs. So in the mammal section on page 6, it talks about mammals. Tells you what they are. On page 8, it says, what's for dinner? So what do you think that's going to be talking about? Is it going to be talking about what you're having for dinner or what mammals are having for dinner? I think you're right. It is going to be talking about what mammals have for dinner. Animal world. So this, let's see what page this is. Okay. Before the first chapter, there's a little section that's extra. This is giving us extra information. The chapter title is Animal World. Let's read. There are millions of different animals, but they all fall into groups which have features in common. Here are 5 groups which this book looks at in detail. Mammals. Mammals feed milk to their babies. Almost all have hair or fur, and most are lively and curious. Did you know that we are mammals? We also have hair, and we're curious, and we have warm blood. From polar bears to camels, mammals can be found all over the world. Birds. Birds are the only animals that have feathers. They all have wings, but not all of them can fly. So birds are not mammals. There's mammals, curious, lively, fur, warm blood. Then there's birds. Some are powerful runners or swimmers. All birds lay eggs and take care of their babies. These right here are lion cubs. The book says, these lion cubs, like all baby mammals, are looked after by their mother. Let's read up here. It says reptiles. Reptiles have dry, scaly skin and almost all lay eggs. So, do reptiles have babies? No. What do? They lay eggs. Although you can find reptiles in most countries, they mainly live in warmer parts of the world. So this is a chameleon. It can change colors to blend in with its surroundings. Creepy crawlies. The world is teeming with creepy crawlies such as insects, spiders, and centipedes. They make up 4/5 of all known animal types. So creepy crawlies are insects and bugs. This is not a specific animal type, but we know that bugs are different than birds, they're different than reptiles, and they're different than mammals. And lastly, we have water life. Many different animals live in water, from fish to mammals such as dolphins and seals, and creatures such as jellyfish and lobsters. Some animals are even able to live in the deepest oceans. Like all fish, a lionfish is able to breathe underwater. So now it's time to get into mammals. We are now on page 6. The table of contents, as you remember, told us that we would be reading about mammals on page 6. Let's go to page 6. Mammals. That's the chapter, heading, the title of this chapter. What you see here is a baby chimpanzee. Chimpanzees live in the forests of Africa. I just read these tiny words that are next to this picture of a chimpanzee because I'm so excited about this book. I want to know all of the information that's on the page. What are these little words that are above that picture? What is that called? Is it called a label, a caption, or something else? It's called a caption. So a caption describes the picture on the page. So this caption says, chimpanzees live in the forests of Africa. Now, I'm going to start reading the book because I was so curious. I wanted to know what was on the picture and what the picture was about, so I read the caption. But now I'm ready to read the page. The animals on these 2 pages look different, but whether they swim in the sea, fly in the air, or live on land, they are all mammals. There are thousands of different kinds of mammals, including you. humans are mammals too. Keeping warm. What do you think keeping warm is going to be about? Think about what I mentioned already about mammals. Do they have feathers? Do they have fur? Do they have hair? Why would we be talking about keeping warm right here? Pull out your paper and your pencil or your marker. Have it in your hands. Write down why you think the book will be discussing keeping warm under mammals. So you can write, I think mammals stay warm with fur. And instead of writing the words that you don't know, fur, feathers, you could draw a picture of hair. You could draw a picture of a feather. Just write down. I'll give you a few minutes to write this down. M-A-M-M-A-L-S. Fur. F-er. Are you all set? Excellent. Keeping warm. Let's find out why this book is talking about keeping warm. A mammal's body makes its own warmth and its temperature stays the same whether the day is hot or cold. This is called being warm-blooded. Mammals use a lot of energy keeping warm and need to eat frequently. The fur on this chimp helps to keep its body warm when its surroundings are cold. What keeps mammals warm? Mammals keep warm with their fur, and they keep warm with their warm blood. Now let's read the section, Food for Baby. All mammal mothers feed their babies milk. This is produced by glands called mammary glands on the mother's chest or belly. Milk is a rich source of food and is easy for a baby to swallow. This baby deer is drinking milk, which is made inside its mother's body. I just read another caption, and if you can see, this is the caption of this picture. Sometimes in a nonfiction book, there are real photographs, and sometimes there are realistic photos, realistic pictures. So this is a picture that's drawn. It's not a photo, but it's still pretty realistic. It looked like a deer to me. Nonfiction books are here to teach us, and so authors often use photographs of the real thing, or if they can't get a photograph, they can always draw a picture that looks like the real thing. Now I'm going to move on to flying mammals. Did you know that there are some mammals that fly? Yes, there are. They're not birds, but they are flying, and we'll find out which mammals can fly. Bats are the only mammals that can fly. They use their arms as wings. Each wing is made of skin, which stretches over the bones of the arms and fingers. So bats are the only mammal that can fly. Did you know that? Everyone, look down at your piece of paper that you wrote on already and say, I can write one thing that I've learned from this book. I can write about one thing that I've learned from this book. So you are going to be remembering as I read one thing that you've learned from this book so far. But not now. Put your pencil down. Time to read again. Here you can see how a bat uses its arm as a wing. Long fingers support the wing skin. Do you see? Do you see the little fingers in the bat's wings? Now moving on from bats to swimmers. Swimmers. Some mammals, such as whales, dolphins, and seals, live in the sea. Like all mammals, they breathe air, so they need to come to the surface regularly. Did you know that there are mammals that can swim? Whales are one mammal that can swim. What's another that I named? Right, dolphins, whales, dolphins, and what else? Seals. Those are all mammals that can swim. Let's read the caption next to this picture of a whale. And you see the caption, these little words that are next to the picture. The caption tells us about what the picture is about. Whales are the biggest animals in the world. Unlike most mammals, whales do not have hair on their bodies. So they're the biggest animals, they're a swimming mammal, and they don't have hair. Mind blown. Finally, we do actually have some mammals that do lay eggs. Only 3 kinds of mammals lay eggs rather than give birth. One is the duck-billed platypus. This is the duck-billed platypus. It lays its eggs in a nest in a riverbank burrow. When the babies hatch, they lick milk which oozes from their mother's skin. So they drink milk. Mammals drink milk. We learned that mammals mostly have fur, but some of them don't. And we learned that mammals are warm-blooded. So mammals need to eat a lot to keep up their energy to make warm blood. And they have young offspring. Most of them are not eggs, but 3 different types of mammals lay eggs. This page is called What's for Dinner? This is a new chapter. So if I went back to my table of contents, I would see what's for dinner is on page 8. And let's check it to find out if this is true. Well, we see here that this is page 9. So this is page 8. What's for dinner? Some animals eat plants, some eat meat, and some eat both. Plant eaters have flat teeth to help them chew their food. Meat eaters have sharp teeth to kill and eat their food. Plant food. Many plant eaters eat only one sort of plant. Because of this, different plant eaters can live in the same area and all have enough food. Here is an example of this in the African grasslands. So they're going to give us a diagram, say diagram, and that's going to show us a visual of what they're trying to explain. So they're explaining in this book, the author is explaining that sometimes plant eaters only eat a part of the plant, so other plant eaters can eat the other parts. That way there's enough food for everyone. Let's see how this works in this diagram. So you see here 3 pictures. And in these three pictures, zebras graze on the grass, rhinos nibble at the bushes, and giraffes eat treetop leaves. So the zebras are eating the grass, the rhinos are eating the bushes, and the giraffes are eating the leaves. So everyone has enough food because God sustains us all. Gnawing teeth. Rats eat almost anything and can even gnaw through metal. They are a type of mammal called a rodent. All rodents have strong front teeth which never stop growing and are worn down when they eat. So rats gnaw with their teeth. Can everyone make a rat noise and pretend to be a rat for 5 seconds? Go. Rats gnaw and their teeth become shorter and shorter and worn down when they eat. Bamboo eaters. Living on only one kind of food can be risky. Imagine if we only lived on one kind of food. What food would you want to eat every single day? The only food you could eat. I think for me, it would definitely be sweet potatoes. Yes, but I think that's just me. Pandas only eat bamboo. Pandas are also able to eat birds and rodents, but they do not do this very often. They mostly eat bamboo. This panda is eating a bamboo shoot. That's what the caption says. It's describing the picture. Now we're getting to the interesting part. So far, what have you learned? What have you learned about mammals so far? There's lots of different kinds of mammals. I'm going to show you the pictures so you can jog down memory lane. What have you learned so far? Say it out loud. What have you learned so far? We haven't gone to this page yet. We've learned about plant food. We've learned about pandas. Learned about gnawing rats and rodents. Learned about flying mammals. We've learned about how mammals keep warm. Swimming mammals. Egg-laying mammals. And we've even learned about how mammals feed their babies. Name one thing that you've learned, draw a picture, and write a sentence telling me what you've learned. I learned. L-E-A-R-N-E-D. I learned that. The T-H-A-T. What did you learn? Think about it. I learned that mammal mamas feed their babies using milk. What did you learn? Now let's get back to the book. Meat eater. What is this you see? Everyone can see this exciting, vicious animal. What is it? That's right, it's a lioness. Meat gives an animal more energy than plants. So meat eaters, such as this lioness, spend less time eating than plant eaters. A lioness's jaws are packed with powerful muscles to help her kill and eat her prey. So that was the caption of this photo. Chaser. All big cats creep up on their prey. then rush out and grab it. Cheetahs do this too, but are also able to chase their victims over long distances. The chase makes them tired, but the meat they eat gives them back their energy. So pictured here is a cheetah. A cheetah running at full speed. That's what this picture is showing. It can run at 115 kilometers per hour. The lioness has different shaped teeth to let her grip, tear, and slice her food. It's another caption related to this lioness. So we're going to stop here. So far, what we've read is mammals and what's for dinner. I'll catch you later on the next Read Aloud.